Hello, it's me, Josh. I'm tired. I've been working on this all day. I just want to record my thoughts. I want to think aloud. Um, I've committed, well, it feels like 100 commits in the last couple of days, last week. Um, Essentially upgrading the Infinity Next project from Laravel 5.3, which was released in 2015, to Laravel 7 or 6, which is released a couple months ago. And most of that has to do with the permission system. And there's still a lot of ways to go in that and modernizing the application. But I've been slowly restoring features that had been working before and tweaking things as I went along. And I have a pretty good understanding of where the application is at now and what things I want to change. Um, a big concern I have is really if I just take my window and I switch it over to Atom real quick, I can just show you how big this project is right now. You can see on the tree, this is all the project. You have tests. If I just expand all these, you can see that there is hundreds of different files throughout this thing that are all like, it's not like a joke. It's not like really shitty small files. There's so much logic in this code base now. It's so big, and it gets a bit sprawling, and that's kind of the purpose of the framework, is to organize things so that you can maintain it long term. And the biggest weak point of where that's at right now is the business logic, which is in controllers. Usually, I've attached a lot of business logic directly to models. The biggest perpetrator of this is in the post. There's a function that's called submit to, which takes a post that was created and filled with data and submits it to a board. And all this is taking the model and applying it to a board. And I just feel like this is like 200 lines. Number one, you should never have a 200 line function. It's way too fucking long. You should definitely break that down. Number two, you shouldn't have business logic in your model, which is just a database connection or representation. And, it should just be moved. And then I look at this. I go over here. I'll show you my browser again. Go here. You can see them in the URL. You got next.test domain CP, which is the panel, and then you have nesting of features. You have a role and then permissions, because I'm changing the permissions of a role in this area right here. The permission system itself is a little bit flawed. I want to take care of that, but then it's just the organization of the panel is extremely complicated and messy, and I want to move a lot of coverage into unit tests, because unit tests are excellent at making sure that when you change something, it doesn't break something somewhere else, and keeping your thoughts organized. So I have been trying to commit to unit tests for literally years now at this point, but I'm gonna have to find time to do that. My main concern right now is I kind of want to get people posting soon, because that's a good source of motivation, is when you see people using stuff and requesting stuff. So I'm kind of, now that I got the site, kind of sort of where it's at, I have almost all the features working again. I want to focus kind of on the front end a little bit so that the user experience is good. Because with 8chan, the backend was abysmal. The backend was just the biggest piece of shit. But it didn't really matter, because a few people saw the backend. Few people really had to deal with that. Almost everyone was just a poster, right? So as long as the posting experience is good, the board admins will put up with, whatever, because they don't really have a choice. You just got to keep people interested in what's going on. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to make sure that the features that are common in 4chanx exist here. There's a lot to do with that. 4chanx is very featureful. But I've been looking at the JavaScript, and thankfully, even though I'm not much of a JavaScript guy, the JavaScript framework that I built completely from scratch is pretty sturdy. Kind of, it seems to work. So I'm starting to poke at that to make sure that posting and stuff is a good experience. I've been also kind of focusing on making sure that multimedia works, like this. And you notice, like, even I pay attention to shitty details like this. You pause it, the vinyl starts spinning. Because that's the big thing with image boards, is that even with 8chan, there's very little support for multimedia, and now we're in like this super like mini, like 20 years after 2chan and 4chan started getting posted on. We're at a point in time where people want to share videos, and they want to share EPUBs, and they want to share vector graphics and stuff like that 4chan doesn't support. 4chan's the worst, because even though they have WebM support, the requirements for posting a WebM on 4chan are fucking ridiculous. There's like exactly one video codec that they accept, and it's just awful. So having something that can, you know, pull ID3 from MP3s and give cover art and have stuff like this, I think is a major draw. I was working on fixing requirements, like if I pull this up real quick, try to post this, add some more lines. Post it, you get a error because it's too tall, and I'm trying. This is where I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure this out so that where's this at? So that people can't spam huge giant posts like this, and then some fucking asshole figures out that there is this fucking Arabic Unicode. This is one character, this huge block. It means like God is great, Allahu Akbar, or some shit. But you can do this, get like 2,000 of these fucking things. Here we go, and then post. And look at this. Look at this. All this fucking Allahu Akbar shit. So it's like, how the fuck do I deal with that? Because that's like 2,000 of this giant ass character, and it's all in one line. I'm trying to think. I just really have a focus on making sure that the catalog works, the front page works, the posting is fine, the boards itself is fine. But the actual experience of getting onto the site, creating a board, getting the board set up how you want it to be, and then having it so that people can post, have no issues whatsoever posting, post whatever the fuck they want, have no issues whatsoever viewing the shit that they're posting, and not have to deal with Allahu Akbar spam. Because as long as that's set up, I can do whatever the fuck I want in the back end, you know? But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with the results so far, except for the Allahu Akbar shit. And then, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be more to do in the back end, but I mean, it's so close. It's so fucking close to being done. The overboard works. I got the overboard working great. Oh, here, check this out. You see that right there, the banana. You can set board assets. Yeah, the board asset, the board banner works right there. That thing with the banana though, that's part of my idea for. I think I can take this out and show you the index version of this. Yeah, you see, the ones in red, the software knows that it's not safe for work board, so even on the overboard, the posts remain not safe for work styled. But then that one board, well, this kind of looks like a mess. I need to fix this. It's still blue because it's a safe for work board. But then I can go to the panel. Let's see, it's admin 19 was what I was looking at, wasn't it? Where the fuck is admin 19 at? It was admin 17. Oh, okay. I can show you. Oh. I can show you the assets. The custom spoiler image, custom deleted image, and the overboard icon, which shows up. Like if I do this, if I go to report this. Oh, I already reported the dog. Fuck. Can I not report it again? Here, watch. I can do this though. I can make a new post. Field's name field. Oh, I'm making a new thread. I need to get rid of just like the index. Just have the catalog instead of the index. And then I can report this. Report post submitted successfully. Now, from the admin side, you can check out the reports. And the reports page I was working on too to get this looking nice. And this does look really nice. Again, you get the Biri-chan, the Yatsuba coloring, so that you can tell from just from looking at this page if that board's supposed to be safe for work or not. So if you see porn or something on the safe for work board, you know to delete it or spoiler it or whatever. But then you got the crowns at the top with the unique icon. So I had a lot of ideas when I was working on this for 8chan about how to distinguish content from based on the board where it's from, where that content's from. And I had this idea for a post crown, which is what you're seeing here, where you have the board Yuri and the title and an icon representing the board, so that if there was some kind of combined view, which the overboard was, you can see the icon. So I'm thinking about this. I'm just imagining like 100 boards, and they each have like their icon and name and stuff, and they all that content sloshing around together in the overboard. I can show you this though. Let me go to let me just do this actually instead of making a thread. Go here and make a post. And now you can see when you go back to the overboard that the new thread bumps up to the front and the old threads are kind of grayed out because they've been, they're not new since the time that you posted. You can go to this board, make another post there, and bumped up again. And it just, it worked so perfectly. I was so close to being done with this shit.